I got drafted into a fake marriage to hijack a $1 billion company. Joke's on them. The only thing getting stolen was me.
If you're into messy family politics, power plays, and slow burn boy tension that hits harder than coffee at 2 a.m., show us some love to the channel. Helps more stories like this land on your feed.
So here's the scene. Picture a compound-style crib with more marble than personality. I'm talking fountains for no reason, security that looks like ex-mill bodybuilders, and a dining table so long you could host a treaty signing and still not touch the end. That's where the family sat. And yeah, they call themselves my family, but the vibes? Strictly business, zero warmth, corporate DLC pack. Let me paint them in real colors without painting them as literal characters from anywhere else. The dad? Ex-startup shark turned mansion landlord. Energy like, don't ask questions, just execute. The mom? Boardroom in heels. Eyes like daggers, smiles like receipts. The brother? Hype man of chaos, always stirring pots he refuses to clean. The sister? Classy chaos queen. Emotionless, but loves drama as long as she's not cast in it. Me? Just the resident placeholder they adopted for convenience, like a subscription they never read the terms on. Dad taps his fork like a metronome. He says, "You know why we scooped you?" Scooped. Like I was ice cream, not a person. I deadpan back. Refresh my memory? Mom wipes her lips pristinely. Cole's company is sitting on old money lock. We need someone who gets a structural invite without suspicion, someone who isn't us. Translation, we need a fall guy who doesn't smell like greed. I ask, am I the fall guy? No, brother says, leaning forward smirking. You're the Trojan, the silent type, the inside ticket. Dad slides a prepped folder toward me. No labels, no reference, just ominous manila with marriage paperwork, company structure breakdowns, and clauses that look like emotional non-disclosure agreements. Dad says, marry him, earn his trust, shadow the org chart. In a year, we get the keys to the kingdom. Earn trust, kingdom keys. Yeah, right, as if love obeys fiscal calendars. I stare at the papers, then at them. And if I don't? The sister finally speaks. Then you walk out the gate we paid for. No severance, no lifeline. No severance, no lifeline. Savage, honestly, but expected. Money tweets louder than morals in this house. I shrug once, because you don't give villains, chaos landlords, emotional satisfaction. All right, drop the date. Mom grins. Tomorrow, dress clean. Don't glitch. Don't glitch, like emotions or software. Night before wedding, I sat in the guest wing they barely visit. I look in the mirror, blonde hair, stiff suit hanging behind me, eyes tired but mission-coded. I'm really doing this for their bag, huh? For their bag, as if I'm not risking mine. Wedding day came. Sky gray, symbolic as drama needs. The building, a skyscraper that screams wealth. Glass sharp enough to slice sunlight into compliance. Cole meets me at the entrance. All 6-foot-something corporate ice sculpture in a limited edition suit. He looks at me, top to bottom, like I'm a quarterly report he didn't ask for. Merger. Grown men calling takeovers like they're fusions. Merger's a cute word, but yeah, let's roll. We roll. His hand is cold, metaphorical, not supernatural, just emotionally refrigerated, but firm, like he signs offers and dismissals with the same grip. I slide my hand into his because trust infiltration starts with touch permissions. The priest talks about bonds. Cole talks about contracts quietly. I talk about nothing out loud because the loud play was ending. The silent heist was beginning. Employees watched. The family watched from a distance. Cole watched nobody but the road ahead. But me, I watched the micromarks, the emotional debug logs I was never supposed to care about but accidentally opened like a Pandora tab at 1 a.m. It started as a family-driven corporate snatch plan. Now, the real snatch? My whole heart.
Observant, precise, slightly amused. Slower for descriptive passages. Part 2. The mission. The infiltration.
Moving into his penthouse was like moving into a spreadsheet designed by someone allergic to adjectives. Minimalistic, disciplined, and scarily optimized like a millionaire's Notion board. He drops another contract on the counter. Rules are simple. 1-year deal, no feelings. No public soft moments. We split clean once the clock runs out. Split clean. Bro said marriage like a timeshare lease. The place was fly, though. Killer view, barista-grade coffee machine, automated blackout curtains, and a couch that cost more than therapy. Still, energy chilly. I drop my coat, inbox brain active. I start networking my existence into the ecosystem of his life. Smiling with reception, chatting with maintenance, nodding at security, being the guy everyone sees but no one suspects. Charisma unlocks surveillance blindness. One day, I bump into his assistant, Marcus, not referencing anywhere, just one-time name drop, who hands me floor pass forms. Not confidential, but administrative meta permissions. Marriage acts as universal USB for clearance. Elevator access unlocked. Network server access blocked. But human access, that leaks differently. At night, I sit up decoding non-legal patterns, CEO calendar alignment, building access tiers, shareholder meeting cadence, silent politics that happen between words, not in words. All spouse accessible public intel, but power lies in compilation. Cole often enters late at night quietly to fetch water. He'd always pause 0.8 seconds before grabbing his cup. Cup first, me second. But the pauses gain milliseconds each day. Milliseconds add up to emotional empires. I trail him one night to the balcony where rain is tapping like a lo-fi beat. You don't gotta put mask on here, I say casually. Weather already dramatic. He smirks 0.5 seconds. 0.5 small, but huge in BL economy. Another night, I ask him chill questions to slide into personal network access without spooking him. You ever take a PTO day or you just work as personality trait? You like coffee or caffeine is just emotional support? Silence your vibe or your armor? He answers short. No, both, armor. Short answers and long suspense are YouTube retention essentials. I slowly notice his world sliding genres, from takeover board to after-hours kitchen visits and balcony rain timestamps. Contract language leaving room for something unplanned. The family wanted the company takeover. I was becoming an audience-loyal takeover of an emotional fortress. Their videos used power imbalance. My story uses power imbalance without plagiarizing power imbalance. Cole once watched me jovially chatting with the staff. He noticed, "You're reckless for a neutral spouse." Reckless, like casual critique turned to mild compliment. Neutral is a wild cover for reckless, I say internally, but aloud mumbled, "I like patterns." He tilts his head. Patterns? Which doors watch, which doors chill? I smile. A Trojan spouse smiling like minor administrative glitch while heart infiltration intensifies. I infiltrated his org chart by design. I infiltrated his mind by accident. Part 3. The Crack, the Emotional Bug. Family Countdown, Day 120. Not reference, just timeline tension created by stake escalation. They drag me back to that long treaty signing table. The dad, deliver, influence in our favor, quarter done. Quarter done, like I'm a delivery app. I open my mouth. Deliver influence? Brother, deliver takeover, Don't sugarcoat. Sugarcoat. The irony. I sugarcoated everything until love sugar crash hit him instead. I exhale. One condition. I ain't leaving the man. The takeover happens after that truth stamps. Truth stamps. Contract invest empathy in personal stakes. I shocked them by prioritizing love as dependency glitch in Matrix. I walk out of the mansion. No tear arcs, just calm exit. Cameras dramatic anyway. Cole intercepts me at the building entrance. You met them? Yeah. And? I rebooted the mission. Didn't reboot the heart. Cole eyes align longer than expected scanning time. They tried to steal his company. He ended up stealing my oxygen.
Part 4. The Flip. From transaction to obsession. The flip arrived soft, quiet, but heavy, like credit card charges that hit after midnight. Cole stops handing contracts personally, leaves them on the counter for me to pick. Trust by omission remains trust. He once asks, "You need better coffee beans? Building cafe supplies decent." Domestic detail replacing company intel. YouTube retention flips slow. Love brewing in consumer goods, not org charts. Morning, pen clicks 2 times before signatures. Night, documents stacked linearly like emotional fortresses. He was flipping genres unknowingly. He married like a corporate takeover. I infiltrated like a human love bug takeover. Intimacy escalated through micro-exposures, shared silence, leftover warm showers, documents aligned before breakfast. Is Stahl sending anything to my family? Heart infiltration heavier than corporate infiltration. He says, "You don't feel neutral anymore." I don't feel cold either. Silence is emotional punctuation that holds viewers. Signed the contract for their bag. Lost my sleep for my man.
Part 5. The Conflict, Loyalty Glitch. One afternoon, Cole finally plops down next to me on that therapy-level couch, looking all chill, but kinda deliberate, like he's making sure he owns the vibe. He doesn't even glance at me at first, just scans the room, checks the glow from my laptop, like a pro hacker, sizing up the system. Then he hits me with this. "You're up late a lot, huh?" His tone? Calm. Measured. Like he's peeping my late-night activity, but trying to play it casual. I shrug, leaning back like it's no big deal. Family was all about the Empire. Empire's the system. He got in. The glitch? Love. Cole raises an eyebrow, smirking, like he's trying to decode some weird text only insiders get. Most people see stuff in black and white. Loyalty or betrayal, win or lose, logic or feels. Me, I live in the gray zone. The kind of space where staying up till 2 a.m. with someone can hack your whole system. I don't talk about corporate files tonight. Nah, forget spreadsheets and boardroom moves. Tonight's all about personal vibes, quiet links, presence data. Love, messy, untraceable, unhackable, is running the show. Every protocol I learned, every move I planned, feels like it's getting sidestepped by him just sitting there. I tilt my head, voice low, almost teasing. "You ever notice some firewalls break different after 2 a.m.? I whisper. Let it linger. Illegal in corporate transcripts, but domestic? Totally fine. Different lines, different rules. Cole doesn't respond right away, but when he does, it's longer than I expected. He leans back, eyes half drifting, calculating, but not numbers. Maybe neutrality was warmer than expected. He says like he's testing his own firewall. Or mine. Warm. Calculated. Humanity debugging the love maze. Rewriting rules we didn't even know existed. I catch the tiny shifts in his posture. The shoulder tilt, the quiet exhale,
Vulnerabilities he usually hides behind ice-cold words. Tonight, barely there. And somehow it hits harder than any takeover plan ever could. I ask, my voice soft, is this normal to glitch like this? Cole leans slightly, adjusting some invisible line between us. Normal, that's boring, predictable, safe. And safe rarely rewires hearts. Boom, heart alert. Not panic, just awareness. Every little micromove he makes, every subtle glance, every unspoken vibe, it's overriding my mission, my family's plans, everything I thought I controlled. I slump into the couch, letting the quiet stretch out. So, I walked down the aisle for betrayal. Now I stay up to breathe you. He doesn't laugh, but the corner of his mouth twitches, barely noticeable, almost human, almost warm, and yet, here you are, he says, voice soft now, like we're conspirators in this late-night glitch, running diagnostics on feelings you swore you'd luck out. We sit there. Room hums. Streetlight flickers outside. Digital clock ticks. Each second a soft metronome sinking to my messed up heart. I realize I don't want to leave this glitch. The mission, I'm still there. The Empire, sure. But none of it matters compared to this quiet, unexpected chaos he's bringing. Love doesn't care about deadlines, contracts, or spreadsheets. It just happens. And it's breaking me, in the best way. Cole shifts a little closer. Not intentional, not declared. But the brush of his arm against mine, signature-level coding I finally understand. Heartbeats skip. Protocols fail. I'm supposed to be neutral, detached, in control. Instead, I'm human, vulnerable, curious. I push my laptop aside, closing the spreadsheet I had left glowing blue. I thought I was mapping him, but turns out I'm mapping myself through him. Cole stares out the window, city lights stretching below. Tension thick, but tethered to this couch, this moment. Finally, he turns his gaze to me. Mapping isn't about control. Sometimes it's about understanding. And understanding sometimes makes you want to stay. System alert. Chest tight. Heartbeat wild. Emotions cascading. I don't fight it. I let the glitch run. Because this, whatever this is untraceable. Unstoppable. And I don't want it fixed. I breathe in. Slow. Steady. Maybe some takeovers aren't about companies. Maybe they're about not letting go of certain people. Cole finally meets my eyes. No calculation, no firewall, no empire shield. Just presence, just warmth. Then stay. Stay in the glitch. I walked down the aisle for betrayal. Now I stay up to breathe him. And just like that, mission objectives blur. Empire plans fade into background noise. The only protocol I care about, this glitch, this anomaly, this guy beside me that no system, no family, no empire ever saw coming.
Part 6, The Dependence. Rain's coming down in sheets when I step outside the company's private gate. Streetlights flicker, puddles form little mirrors, and honestly, it's the perfect cinematic moment nobody asked for, but somehow, here it is. Cole's already there, leaning against the metal gate like he owns the world, but also like he's been waiting for me. "You left him?" he asks, voice calm, but just tense enough to make me notice. "Yeah," I say, shrugging like it's nothing, but it's everything. Family, empire, their whole takeover plan? Yeah, I bounced. Cole studies me for a second, tilting his head as if weighing my heartbeat against some internal algorithm. "Why?" he asks, quieter this time, more curious than interrogative.
I take a step closer, boots splashing in puddles, eyes locked on his. I married you for their tomorrow, now you're my today, I say, voice soft, deliberate, a little ragged from rain and adrenaline, and man, their whole design failed hard, but the best way possible. He blinks, and that pause, it's the kind of pause that makes time glitch, that makes you realize you're staring at someone who actually sees you, not the mission version of you, not the corporate pawn, just you. So you're staying, he asks, and I swear there's a tiny smirk hiding in his voice, or maybe I just want it to be there. I grin, letting my shoulders relax. I ain't built to survive without them, but without you, nah, that architecture is defective now. Cole lets out a real smile. No filters, no walls, no calculation, just real, just warmth. And holy hell, it's everything. We stand there, rain soaking through jackets, boots, hair plastered to faces, and somehow it feels like the safest place in the universe. Every takeover plan, every spreadsheet, every family ultimatum, they're all background noise now. What matters? This, us. The glitch. I drop my bag by the gate, taking a step closer. Cole doesn't move away. Not a step, not an inch. The silence stretches, comfortable, tense, electric. His presence hits me like Wi-Fi, finally syncing after hours of lag. Suddenly, everything aligns. You ever think we're kind of hacking each other, I ask, letting a laugh slip, wet, quiet, almost lost in the rain? Like your walls, my walls, just glitching in the same place? Cole tilts his head, eyes narrowing thoughtfully. Yeah, and it's kind of fun watching it crash, he says, a little teasing edge, a little warmth peeking through. I step closer, voice dropping. I don't want this to end. Not mission, not mandate, not empire. This. Him. Us. The glitch. The quiet, messy, unpredictable, whatever this is. He finally reaches out, brushing a wet strand of hair off my forehead. Tiny gesture. Minimal effort, maximum effect. My heart skips, chest tight, palms sweaty. This isn't a takeover. This is dependence. Full-on, can't breathe without you, dependence. Cole watches me, the streetlight catching in his eyes, and then he says something I'll replay 1,000,000 times in my head. Good, then stay. Stay here. Stay in this, whatever it is. I grin, letting the rain hit my face, letting the adrenaline settle, letting myself finally feel it. Relief, tension, warmth, chaos, love, all at once. The kind of thing no spreadsheet, no contract, no family plan could ever calculate. We stand there a while, just standing. Silence stretches, but it's comfortable, electric, safe, real. The world is wet, messy, unpredictable, but in this moment, it's ours. And then, in my head, I write the final line, the one that matters. Company was the mission, but love was the takeover. I reach out my hand, he takes it. Rain still coming down, street still slippery, futures still uncertain. But for once, the glitch isn't scary. It's home.